Hello, students. Welcome back to BioDecode, where biology is decoded into simple, meaningful concepts. This is your trusted audio guide for learning biology the smart and effective way. You're listening to the NCERT Class 11 Biology Audiobook, Chapter 4, Animal Kingdom Exercise Solutions and Key Questions. If you haven't yet listened to the full Chapter 4 audiobook on the animal kingdom, we recommend starting there first. That episode takes you through every key idea, from the diversity of animals and their body plans to fundamental features and classification, highlighting the fascinating adaptations of invertebrates and vertebrates. In this episode, we'll go step by step through the NCERT Exercise Solutions for Animal Kingdom, followed by additional important questions designed to sharpen your understanding for both school exams and NEET preparation. Each answer is explained clearly and precisely, just the way you need it for quick revision and long-term retention. So, plug in your earphones, focus your mind, and let's begin decoding the fascinating world of animals, from simple invertebrates to complex vertebrates. This is BioDecode, and you're listening to Chapter 4, Animal Kingdom, Exercise Solutions and Key Questions. Question 1. What are the difficulties that you would face in classification of animals if common fundamental features are not taken into account? Answer. Firstly, without considering the common fundamental features, it would become extremely difficult to categorize animals into coherent groups. Classification relies on identifying shared characteristics such as symmetry, body plan, and embryological development. If these are ignored, unrelated animals might be grouped together, while closely related ones could be separated. Second, it would hinder the understanding of evolutionary relationships and make comparative studies inefficient. Third, scientific communication and documentation would become confusing, as researchers would lack a consistent framework to refer to different groups of animals. Thus, considering fundamental features is essential for a logical, systematic, and meaningful classification of the animal kingdom. Question 2. If you are given a specimen, what are the steps that you would follow to classify it? Answer. Observation begins with examining the overall body structure, symmetry, and segmentation, noting whether the organism has a coelom and what type of body cavity it possesses. Second, one would investigate the organization of tissues, type of digestive system, and the presence or absence of specialized organs, such as respiratory or excretory structures. Third, embryological development patterns, such as direct or indirect development, can provide clues to its taxonomic group. Fourth, one examines skeletal structures, appendages, or external features to determine higher-level classifications. Finally, molecular and genetic studies, when available, confirm the classification, providing a complete and systematic placement of the specimen within the animal kingdom. Question 3. How useful is the study of the nature of body cavity and coelom in the classification of animals? Answer. The study of body cavities is crucial because the presence or absence of a coelom distinguishes major animal groups. For example, acoelomates like flatworms lack a body cavity, while pseudocoelomates such as roundworms have a partially lined cavity, and coelomates like annelids and chordates have a true coelom lined with mesoderm. Second, the type of body cavity influences organ development, body flexibility, and complexity of systems, which are key criteria in classification. Third, coelom structure often reflects evolutionary advancement, allowing taxonomists to infer relationships and lineage among phyla. Overall, understanding the body cavity provides both functional and evolutionary insights, making it a cornerstone in animal taxonomy. Question 4. Distinguish between intracellular and extracellular digestion. Answer. Intracellular digestion occurs inside specialized cells, where food is engulfed by phagocytosis and broken down within vacuoles using enzymes. This type of digestion is typical of simpler animals such as sponges, where a true digestive cavity is absent. Second, extracellular digestion takes place in a digestive cavity or lumen outside the cells, allowing the breakdown of larger food particles. Enzymes secreted into the cavity digest the food externally before absorption. This mechanism is seen in more complex animals like annelids, mollusks, and vertebrates. Third, the distinction lies in the location of digestion and complexity. Intracellular digestion is simpler and cell-based, whereas extracellular digestion supports more complex and larger body plans. Question 5. What is the difference between direct and indirect development? Answer. Direct development refers to a mode where the organism hatches or is born as a miniature version of the adult, without any distinct larval stage. Examples include most reptiles and birds. Second, indirect development involves a larval stage that is morphologically different from the adult and undergoes metamorphosis to reach maturity, as seen in amphibians and many insects. Third, this distinction is crucial in classification and understanding life cycles, ecological adaptations, and evolutionary strategies of different animal groups. Question 6. What are the peculiar features that you find in parasitic Platyhelminthes? Answer. Parasitic Platyhelminthes exhibit adaptations for a life within the host. Their body is dorsoventrally flattened, allowing them to reside in narrow spaces. Second, they possess a tough outer covering called a tegument, which protects against the host's digestive enzymes and immune responses. Third, they often lack a digestive system entirely, or have a highly reduced one, absorbing nutrients directly from the host's body. Fourth, reproductive capacity is greatly enhanced, with hermaphroditism and prolific egg production ensuring survival and spread. These features collectively represent specialized adaptations for parasitism. Question 7. What are the reasons that you can think of for the arthropods to constitute the largest group of the animal kingdom? Answer. Arthropods have an exoskeleton made of chitin that provides protection, support, and reduces water loss. Second, their segmented body plan with jointed appendages allows great mobility, specialization, and adaptability to diverse habitats. Third, they have a highly developed sensory system, including compound eyes and antennae, which aids in navigation, finding food, and avoiding predators. Fourth, their reproductive strategies, short life cycles, and ability to adapt to environmental changes contribute to their remarkable diversity. Collectively, these factors have enabled arthropods to become the largest and most successful group in the animal kingdom. Question 8. Water vascular system is the characteristic of which group of the following? Porifera, Ctenophora, Echinodermata, Chordata? Answer. The correct answer is Echinodermata. First, this group possesses a unique water vascular system, which consists of canals filled with seawater that help in locomotion, feeding, and gas exchange. Second, tube feet arising from these canals allow the echinoderm to move, capture prey, and adhere to surfaces. Third, this system is absent in Porifera, Ctenophora, and Chordata, making it a distinct feature of echinoderms. Question 9. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Justify the statement. Answer. All vertebrates belong to the phylum Chordata because they possess fundamental chordate features such as a notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, and post-anal tail at some stage of development. Second, not all chordates are vertebrates because some subphyla, such as Urochordata and Cephalochordata, lack a well-developed vertebral column. Third, the vertebral column is the defining characteristic of vertebrates. The basic chordate plan is broader and includes both vertebrates and invertebrate chordates. Question 10. How important is the presence of air bladder in Pisces? Answer. The air bladder, or swim bladder, is essential for maintaining buoyancy in water, allowing fishes to float at different depths without constant swimming. Second, it aids in respiration in some species, functioning as an accessory respiratory organ. Third, in some fishes, it also serves as a resonating chamber for sound production or communication. Overall, the air bladder contributes to survival, energy efficiency, and ecological adaptability in aquatic environments. Question 11. What are the modifications that are observed in birds that help them fly? Answer. Birds have lightweight, hollow bones that reduce body weight without compromising strength. Second, their forelimbs are modified into wings, providing lift and thrust. Third, feathers, especially flight feathers, aid in aerodynamics and temperature regulation. Fourth, birds have a high metabolic rate, powerful muscles, and a rigid skeletal structure that support sustained flight. Fifth, respiratory adaptations, such as air sacs, ensure a continuous supply of oxygen during flight. Collectively, these modifications enable birds to soar, glide, and maneuver efficiently in the air. Question 12. Could the number of eggs or young ones produced by an oviparous and viviparous mother be equal? Why? Answer. The number of eggs or young produced is usually not equal because of differences in reproductive strategy. Oviparous animals lay eggs outside the body and often produce a large number to increase chances of survival, as many eggs may be lost to predation or environmental hazards. Second, viviparous animals give birth to live young, which develop internally and receive nourishment from the mother, resulting in fewer offspring but higher survival rate. Third, this difference reflects an evolutionary trade-off between quantity and parental investment. Question 13. Segmentation in the body is first observed in which of the following? Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda? Answer. The correct answer is Annelida. First, segmentation or metamerism refers to the division of the body into repeated units called metameres. Second, each segment in annelids contains components of circulatory, excretory, and nervous systems, allowing greater specialization and flexibility. Third, while arthropods also exhibit segmentation, it is more apparent and functional first in annelids, marking an important evolutionary development. Question 14. Match the following: Perculum, Parapodia, scales, home plates, radula, hairs, choanocytes, gill slits with respective animal groups. Answer. Operculum is found in osteoids, protecting the gills. Second, parapodia are lateral appendages in Annelida, aiding locomotion and respiration. Third, scales are characteristic of reptilia, providing protection and reducing water loss. Fourth, home plates are ciliary structures in Stenophora, helping in locomotion. Fifth, radula is a feeding organ in mollusca, scraping or cutting food. Sixth, hairs are found in Mammalia, serving sensory, thermoregulatory, and protective functions. Seventh, choanocytes are specialized collar cells in Porifera, aiding in water flow and feeding. Finally, gill slits occur in Cyclostomata and Chondrichthyes, allowing respiration in aquatic chordates. Question 15. Prepare a list of some animals that are found parasitic on human beings. Answer. Examples include Plasmodium, a causative agent of malaria transmitted by mosquitoes. Second, Entamoeba histolytica, responsible for amoebic dysentery inhabiting the human intestine. Third, Ascaris lumbricoides, a roundworm found in the human digestive tract. Fourth, Taenia solium and Taenia saginata, tapeworms inhabiting the intestines. Fifth, Pediculus humanus, or the human louse, which lives on hair and skin. 6. Sarcoptes scabii, mite-causing scabies. These parasitic animals exhibit diverse adaptations for survival within or on the human body. Here are 10 more important and thought-provoking questions from Animal Kingdom. Questions that often appear in exams and truly test your conceptual clarity. Take a few moments to think about them carefully and try answering them in the comments section below. Your participation not only helps reinforce your own learning, but also supports other students preparing alongside you. And if you'd like the next audiobook to cover detailed explanations for these additional questions, let me know in the comments. Your feedback shapes the next lessons in this series. You just completed listening to Chapter 4, Animal Kingdom, including NCERT Exercise Solutions and extra important questions, here on BioDecode. I hope this audio helped you clearly understand the diversity, classification, and key characteristics of animals, including body plans, phylum types, development patterns, and evolutionary adaptations. These concepts are foundational for the upcoming chapters, especially morphology and reproductive biology of plants. In the next audiobook, we'll continue our journey with Chapter 5, Morphology of Flowering Plants, exploring plant structures, leaf and root types, floral organs, and inflorescence patterns. So make sure to follow BioDecode and stay tuned for the next part of this NCERT Biology audio series. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll meet you in the next audio lecture, Morphology of Flowering Plants, NCERT, Chapter 5. And yes, students, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BioDecode for more NCERT audiobooks, quick revisions, and neat preparation guides. See you in the next audio.